Sham, you've lived in Phuket now for over 6 years, obviously strength conditioning coach. You've coached over thousands of people over the few years. What's life like living in Phuket?
Oh, I love it, man. I love it. First of all, thank you for having me in the podcast. Appreciate it. And yeah, look, you're here on your own. You know how the life looks like in Phuket, and the lifestyle is good. The training, the people, the atmosphere. Yeah, it's just a little bit different than Europe, a little bit different in Scotland, a little bit different in Poland, where I was living before. So yeah, Phuket is good. It's pretty good. You know, the freedom, the scooter, the beach, outdoor training, the Muay Thai, martial arts. So I think that's why we're here. You know, so
For sure. Yeah, just to give the context to some of the listeners, obviously the reason that I know you is because obviously I said that I was going to come over to Thailand. CJ, my best friend, said, "Oh, speak to Sham." And obviously when I spoke to you, what the help you've been to me, mate, it's been pretty incredible to come over to a part of the world I was never in.
Yeah.
Obviously, thankfully, you'd been here for so many years now, and obviously you showed me around, and I've had that similar experience to you. Once you come once, you don't want to go back. You experience the life, the
Exactly.
freedom. It's pretty incredible, man.
it's important to meet someone like the first impression. You know, it was same with me. I met my good friends Pavel and Peter, twin brothers. You know, so they helped me a little bit at the start, and then Woody, strength conditioning coach from Bang Tao. So it's always good to know somebody. You know, especially the first few days, just to show you around a little bit. And I remember, yeah, when you messaged me, I was like, yeah, just come along, you know, and see if you're gonna enjoy it, because it's not for everyone. You know, I'll say that like we love it, but I know some people, you know, they prefer Europe, they prefer a different country, you know.
For sure, man. And we're going to dive into that, obviously talk all about Thailand today, talk about your experience. I want to learn so much about how you obviously got to this position, mate. 'Cause the life you live just now is amazing, mate. It's so class what you do, where you live, the opportunities you have that you've created for yourself, the people you've met. But I want to go back to the start. I want to go back to Poland, obviously when you were a young boy. Tell me a bit about what's life like growing up in Poland.
It was pretty good, you know. I was playing a lot of football. Yeah, that was my thing. I wanted to be a football player, but then I had a knee injury, like serious knee injury. Broke my ACL, so I had to have a surgery. My mom passed away for a cancer when I was 18, and I didn't want to stay in Poland. I just wanted to do something different, like move from my house. And my sister and my brother were living in Edinburgh at the time. I didn't even know what Scotland's like, you know, and stuff. But I was like, you know what, I'll just give it a go. I will see what I can do in there, maybe for a few months. Have a little break from everything, and then yeah, I moved to Scotland when I was 19.
Wow.
But before that, like I said, training, playing football, training in the gym. So like I was always there was something like sport related, if that makes sense. And yeah, but I moved to Scotland, and then stayed there 12 years.
Wow. Yeah, it's pretty incredible, mate. Obviously, you'd mentioned your mum passing. What was it? Was that the trigger that made you be like, do you know what, I want to get up and leave?
Yeah. That was this, and then when I had this knee injury, I couldn't play football anymore. I was getting involved a little bit with like football hooligans and stuff. You know, that was kind of thing in Poland at that time. You know, like 90s, 2000s. You know, where a lot of my friends were getting involved even more. And I don't know, like subconsciously, I thought, I just want to go. I just want to try a little bit different life. I promised my mom that I'm gonna finish uni. I could go to uni in Poland, but I didn't want to stay in my house. And yeah, moved to Edinburgh. And then a year and a half later, I think, I've started Napier Edinburgh University. So
amazing.
I got, yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing that photo of you that you sent me. You looked a little bit like me. You had the buzz cut.
Yeah.
What was it? Was it an Italy top you were wearing or something?
Yeah,
Was it?
yeah.
An Italy top. You're sitting underneath Edinburgh Castle.
Yeah, the first
Pretty
few days.
incredible. Yeah. Well, what was that like? What was your English levels like when you went over
Oh
to...
man, I thought I will be able to speak, yeah, somehow, you know, like with Scottish people. That was like, I hit the wall. I was like, fuck, what's going on, you know?
Yeah.
Scotland is, you know, even for some Americans, I think, or like other people coming over, you know, they are like, the accents, like all over UK, but Scotland especially, you know. But then I got used to it. You know, like I think when you put in this situation, you just have to, push. And And yeah, like I said, I did 4 years at uni. The first one, the first year was the most difficult, I think, because we had to do all the lab reports and essays, and you know, I didn't know all the terms and stuff. But then the second year was easier. The third year, I was really into it, really into like research and learning about sport, nutrition, coaching. So yeah, everything went fine. I had to, you know, work like little jobs and stuff and make money. So that was tough at the start as well. Yeah, to just to like get used to the people, the country, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when I think about Thailand, right, we're very fortunate, or I'm fortunate to come over here. A lot of people speak English, or if they don't, you can get by. Whereas in
Yeah.
Scotland, we're quite stubborn in the fact that nobody speaks any other languages. It's like you speak, obviously, English, but then
Yeah.
we've got the slang version, so that must have been difficult. What did you, so you came over, 19, when did you start studying at Napier?
A year and a half later. So I've started working in like a little pizza shop called La Campagnola on West End. And the fish and chips, and I've met like cool guys. So again, it was again what I'm gonna say. It's important like, who you meet, you know, from the start. I was enjoying it, you know. That was my life at the time, and I knew that you know I have to do it, make money, just to you know pay for the bills, pay for everything, you know. But I remember the first few months were tough, you know, like to get used to everything, and but then month after month, year after year, I got used to it, and you know, Scotland gave me a lot. Like when I look back now, like almost my adult life, and that's Scotland, you know. So Napier University, I've met great friends in there. I've met my fiance Carla. So you know, Scotland, like I really appreciate what Scottish people and like Scotland as a country, you know, did for. And I think a lot of Polish people feel like this too, you know.
I think so, man. Obviously, when I was in college, a lot of Polish people, very hard working as well. Obviously, I know what you're like as well, extremely hard working. What's some of the differences? Obviously, you have the language, first of all, but coming as a young guy, coming into Scotland, what was the differences between Poland and then obviously coming to Scotland?
Look, if you're in, like I said, if I would move to probably anywhere, it's the same, you know. You have to get used to the culture a little bit. You have to get used to the whole system, and you need to open your bank account. You need to, you know, you go to. I had to have a surgery actually. Eventually, I did this in Scotland. So even this, you know, the surgery, the whole process of going to the hospital and stuff, and again with little English, you know, that's it's a bit tough, you know, when I look back. But again, that's I think all these experiences like made me stronger, you know. So you can go. Now my nephew Ollie, he is 16, he'll be 17, and he's going through the same knee injury, ACL reconstruction, and I know how difficult it is, you know. So hopefully he's gonna push through. Keeping my fingers crossed, because I know how painful, how you know frustrated you are. You can't do your sports, you can't do what you love, and you could go this way or you could go that way, you know. But I think for me, it's just made me stronger. So like the death of my mom, and then the knee injury at like this like early stage, where football was my whole life, and then the situation in my house in Poland wasn't the best. I was like, again, I think just subconsciously, you know, I had to push through. Maybe a little bit of help from my mom from up there, and then my sister. She was like pushing me. To go to uni and stuff. She was like, you have to try. And then, I don't know, it's just, I found a way. I'll
That's,
put it this way.
it's literally it, mate. I mean, when I think about me at 19, mate, to have gone through what you went through at 19, obviously like losing your mum, moving to a brand new country, speaking a different language, studying in another language, like all this, man. And I mean, like you've said, it's helped shape you into the person you are now. What did it do for you, that experience? Did it just make you tougher? What did it do?
Yeah, tougher just to, I think I thought nothing's gonna break me, if that's, you know, again, like subconsciously, I don't sound like too cliche and stuff, because again, a lot of people have maybe different and even worse experiences and stuff, but I just thought that I can, if I pushed with this, you know, there's, you know, I'm a stronger guy. I'm gonna help others. I'm gonna be able to support other people. You know, I started training in the gym. I started training boxing. Just
there's a lot, and we'll get on to this for sure, because there's a lot of things that I can now see that you're doing as obviously as a man, you've a lot older now, but it's come from that almost like immigrant mentality that we mentioned. Like you had to make it work. You didn't have a
Exactly.
choice.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when I happened as that age, I had so much to fall back on.
Yeah.
Like my parents, I was at home, had all these things, whereas you literally didn't have anything to fall back on.
Yeah, like I had my sister and my brother, so that's, I'm not gonna say I was like on my own and
Mm-hmm.
stuff, but it's again, when you move to a new country, you have to just do things on your own, and you just have to keep grinding, and yeah, no one's gonna save you. Like that's the thing. So yeah, I
I love
think
that. I love that. The fact is, nobody is going to save you. Obviously, martial arts has played a huge part in your life. Strength and
Yeah.
conditioning coach, very like around combat sports, Muay Thai specifically now. How did you get into combat sports? Was that back in Poland, or was it when you came over here?
So back in Poland, I've started like training a little bit of boxing. We had a guy who, because at the time in Poland there was not that many gyms, like boxing gyms. Now in my hometown, there's about like 5 or 6 different gyms: Muay Thai, boxing, MMA. But before we didn't have any, so that's why a lot of kids would play football, volleyball, basketball, things like this, but not really boxing. But I was always interested in martial arts, watching the Jean-Claude Van Damme movies and all of this. But properly, I started training, I would say, when I was in Scotland. In Pleasance Gym, we had a guy again who was coaching boxing, and then I found the boxing is not as like bad for my knee as football, because I wanted to get back to playing, and I played for Napier Uni. We won the Scottish title. I was like 75 kilo, 80 kilo or something. But again, I was like training football on a good level, decent level, but also I really like boxing and then Muay Thai, but then again that's a little bit later. So yeah, and then martial arts, it's just so good for the body, for the mind. I would always say to anyone who's going through a tough time, or for like the younger guys, start training martial arts. It doesn't matter if it's boxing, if it's Muay Thai, if it's jiu-jitsu, just do something.
I think it's huge for guys, because I always use the word like capable. You feel capable. See, when you can handle yourself, when
Yeah.
you've been training for a long time, it also makes you more humble. Like you train, you
course,
experience
yeah.
people that can really fight, because people don't understand that. It's like, oh, they fight, so-and-so can fight. It's like, see, until you've been in a gym for a long period of time, a martial arts gym, like Muay Thai gym, it's like
course.
then you realise how many levels
Yeah.
there are to it.
Any sports are good, I would say. Football, like any, because like some people are like, oh yeah, but then football will teach you teamwork, will teach you being disciplined. So any sport is good. I will always say, just and do something, But martial arts, especially, boxing, Muay Thai, teaches you what you just said.
Yeah, that's great.
Makes you more confident, makes you more, you feel better, about yourself.
One thing I'm interested to know about, you said obviously you're a bit involved kind of football hooliganism in
Yeah.
Poland. I mean, when I think of it, when I was younger, I used to go like the Hibs games. So my family are Hibs fans. I was a Hibs fan, and me and my brother would go to the games, and I was like hear about hooliganism. And we also fought Poland.
Yeah.
Like when you think of the
Big,
teams in Poland,
yeah.
they're hard guys. All these guys. Like what's that like over there?
So I was playing football for Sovia Rzeszów, but then when I had this knee injury, there was a lot of my friends that were going on like football games and away games, home games and stuff, and I've started, getting into what they were doing and stuff. But I was lucky. I think that I left Poland when I was 19. Again, maybe there was some higher power just pushed me. Just don't do it, because again, you can just end up in prison. You can hurt somebody on the street. There's a lot of hate between the two teams or whatever, so you're like growing up in this environment. But then if you've got nothing else to do, if you've got nothing, you don't have another hobby. At the time I couldn't play football anymore, so I was like, that was kind of cool thing to do, and back then, we would go to like different cities for different football games, renting a whole train, like 400 guys, so that was quite cool. Or like 300 guys going like buses going to nearby cities, so, and some of these guys have money or had money, at the time, like a little bit older from different things. So as a young guy, that can like suck you in a little bit, but like I said, I moved to Edinburgh, and I didn't like do it for that long, again, that was just a short period. But again, that made me also somehow where, I knew that I did the right thing, and I didn't stay there, and I didn't do what they were doing,
It's interesting you say that. Obviously, like we mentioned this before, like off camera, you said like higher power, whether that be from your mum, from something, but do you feel like obviously you've been guided in the right direction from whatever happens to be? It's a pretty interesting thing. So obviously you could have went down the wrong path. How do you think that's affected you multiple times throughout your life, that you've had that kind of pull towards
Yeah,
certain things?
yeah. I think like even now, if I've got a tough time, I like to like go and like almost like talk to my mom, for example. You know that I'll go. There's a nice little temple down here in Hawaii. I like to go there, just chill and be like, look, like give me a little bit more help or strength, you know. And people don't talk about it, you know. They don't really talk about it right now about things like this. Everything is great on Instagram. Everyone is having, you know, amazing time, and you know, everyone's got money and this and that. But you know, people are going through different like difficult things, you know, in life. If they are younger, if they are older, you know, a lot of guys in their 40s later they are getting depressed and stuff. You know, more and more people are talking about it, but you know, you just have to. Yeah, I believe that there's like more than you know than it's just us in here, you know, and then I try to look for the signs, or I try to, you know, get a little bit of like help, you know, if that's.
So powerful, mate. It's incredible. And I think you're right, because what the guys do when they have, and it's inevitable, we're all going to go through some horrible shit in life, whether that be through death of family members, friends, obviously with jobs or careers, relationships, all these things. And if you don't have something to look to, so whatever that happens to be, then it's you're going to struggle. And I think it's really powerful what you've got. You've got that ability to go down, you speak. It's really powerful, man. It seems like it's helped you a lot.
Yeah, of course. Like, you know, some people believe in whatever. Yeah, like, you know, you've got different religions and stuff, you know. So again, they are believing in like the higher powers and stuff. But even this, you know, just believe in something. I think it's the important thing.
Yeah, really powerful, man. And obviously, like you said, martial arts has been great for helping you, because great physically, but mentally. I mean, we both know what that does for you. What's that done for you in terms of training over the years? How's that helped you mentally?
Yeah, like I said, you know, at the spoke before, just made me more confident person, like in life. And anything I do, I try to do well, if that makes sense. And then again, martial arts, I think whenever, if it's boxing, you just go there and, you know, the whole session you can be broken after the session, but then you feel good. You know, you're feeling tired, you don't want to do it, but then you get back up and then you keep going and you pick up the injury and you're frustrated, but then you keep going. So again, it's about this drive. I think it's about this, just pushing forward, no matter what. You know, I did the podcast with Chris the other day, and he asked me about what advice I would give someone. You just keep going. There's many different things we can talk about, and then, you know, you know yourself as well. You're training martial arts, and you know, you're impacting a lot of like younger guys and stuff. They're probably now looking at you and they're like, oh yeah, I want to be like Connor, you know, train in Muay Thai and be in Thailand. So yeah, you're now creating this path maybe for other guys, you know.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man, because that's very much like I said to you, like my best friend, when I spoke to him and I was like, oh, I want to go to Thailand. I want to live somewhere for on myself, or like for 3 months. I want to train Muay Thai, whatever. And he's like, speak to Sham. And obviously I look at you and you've done exactly that. You've came over here, you've built a life around that and everything. So no, it's exactly what you've done for me, mate. So it's incredible.
Like it's great to have a goal. Like you know, a lot of people are talking, you have to have a goal, but sometimes, even if you've got your goal, something can happen along the way and then your goal is destroyed. So then it's like how you're gonna get back to, you know, who you are and then push through if the goal is gone, you know, because that can happen. You have to just work around it. And I think that's what I did. I had my goal to be a footballer and stuff, but that was gone. And then I was like, but again, the sport was always like involved as a big part until now. And I think it always will be, you know, of my life. And then you create something different. You just focus on something different.
Yeah,
you know?
Which, I mean, we're going to get into loads of stuff, because obviously you've branched out into various different things, which is class, and it's all come from this love of sport originally.
Yeah.
But if we go back to Edinburgh, so you're in your 20s, you were training. What was the first gym you trained at when you were in Edinburgh?
First gym, martial arts, Headhunters.
Okay.
Headhunters. So I did a little bit of boxing in Napier Uni when I was studying, but then I've started coaching my good friend Lucas. He was fighting in England, and he was like, "Can you help me?" Because I was studying sports science. So he was like, "Can you help me with my fight prep?" And I was kind of still like new for me. I was learning and I was getting into it. But then I've started training him, helping him with like strength conditioning. And then he won his fight, and the owner of Headhunters, Alex Snedden, found out about me, and then they were looking for the strength conditioning coach. really good gym, Headhunters, MMA. And then I've started helping the guys in there. And then I've started training a little bit more Muay Thai, a little bit of wrestling, mostly Muay Thai. So I would do my strength conditioning session and then I would stay for Muay Thai and Headhunters.
Nice.
It was a great sport. Yeah, I remember we had the gym that was like a basement on Leith. Yeah, it was great. It was great, good fun. And then we would go to different places with fighters, and they would compete. So I was getting involved a little bit more as a corner man to help them like mentally and obviously physically and stuff. So that was all new for me, but I was learning, you know.
Amazing. So you were training Muay Thai, you were taking strength and conditioning classes.
Yeah.
Obviously, is it at that time were you still in uni, or did you finish in uni?
Just maybe that was last year. Like I was finishing
Okay.
uni, and then I got the job as a fitness trainer and personal trainer in McDonald Holyrood Hotel,
Okay.
down in Holyrood. So that was my kind of full-time job. But then on top of that, I was doing strength conditioning and Headhunters, and I really like it. That's the thing, you know. It was great to coach like regular people, but the fighters and the whole vibe, you know how it is in all those gyms. It's just there's something about them that, you know, you want to go back, you want to be there, you want to be part of it, and so yeah.
How long were you at Headhunters for doing strength and conditioning?
In Headhunters, 2 or 3 years. I think 2 or 3 years. And then I always like had in my head to go to Thailand or Brazil for some reason. Brazil, I don't know, it's just I loved football. And at the time it was Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, all these football players. And then Thailand because of Van Damme and all these movies. And the owner of Headhunters, Alex Snedden, and some of the boys would come here for training. A lot of guys from UK would go to train, and then there was a Phuket top team at the time, and I looked on internet. They were doing these packages where you can go and stay for a month or 2 months and just train. And then at the time there was Michael Bisping, Rafael Fiziev training in there, you know, like big names going in there. There was a big gym at the time in Thailand. Now it doesn't exist, but at the time was a big place. And then I just came over here for like a month. But I stayed for 3 months, almost 3 months.
Wow.
First place, I was just kind of extending my holiday, messaging my manager at work. Can I stay longer? I'm learning so much. I love it. But then he was like, well, you have to decide if you're going to come back because I can't give you any more time off from Holyrood at the time. And yeah, I had to come back.
Wow. So what age were you when you went over to Thailand?
It was 9 years ago, first time. So I was 27. 27, 28.
Okay.
Is it? Yeah.
And had you met Carla at this point or not yet?
Yeah, so I knew Carla.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
And then we decided to come over to Thailand, but that was a year later.
Yeah, of course.
So when I was in here, I got in touch with Kim from Titan Fitness, the owner of Titan Fitness, the gym on the Fighter Street.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just kind of shared our Instagram, Facebook, because that was still like maybe not new, but people were using it more and more, social media. And then I was already like posting some stuff on Instagram and on Facebook from training. And I moved back to Scotland, and yeah, he offered me a job.
Wow.
in Titan.
Wow. So you obviously went over to Thailand. You were there for 3 months, training over there, met that contact. Who else did you meet in that first time in Thailand? Who were the type of people you met?
Rafael Fiziev from Fighters. Who else? When I was here, Woody, strength conditioning coach from Bang Tao. He was a Tiger and Tiger at the time. George and Frank Hickman, they were in Tiger also. And then a lot of people I still know, they are still here. Like some of the guys from back then.
How did you meet? So obviously a lot of them were at Tiger, the guys that are now at Bang Tao. How did you meet them? Did you go to Tiger to train, or did you just bump into them?
Yeah, so I went for like some strength conditioning classes and some Muay Thai sessions in Tiger, just like one-off. I just wanted to try many different gyms. I think that was the last month. I knew that I need to go back to Scotland. I was like, I'm not gonna train top team anymore. I'll just go and try AKA. I will try Tiger, Dragon, like many different gyms around. Ratachai,
Of course.
Chokchai. I remember again those gyms. Some of them don't even exist anymore. You know?
Yeah, literally.
There's a lot of new gyms, and then yeah.
What were your, obviously that was your first time, young guy coming to Thailand, also training Muay Thai, must have been like a dream, like it was for me. It's incredible. You see Tiger Muay Thai, all these gyms. What were some of your favourite gyms? What stood out to you when you came over?
Top Team was really good. I think because again that was my first gym and I was big at the time, so there was a lot of people in the classes, but I just loved it. And then I've learned a lot from coaches. Until now, I know some of the coaches, some of the Thai coaches from Top Team. They work in different gyms, or they open their own gyms. So Top Team and Tiger, many different gyms. There's always something in any of those places, you know. But I like small gyms, like I told you before. That sometimes if you go to this big massive gym is not as maybe good as you would go to the smaller place, you know, as the first time. But again, you know, everyone is different. And
I agree, man. I think there's one piece of advice you gave me that I stuck to, and it was really good. Like, for example, if I train at Cookies now, smaller gym, it's expanding, but it's smaller gym as compared to, like, I've been to Tiger, been to all these big gyms, and it's great, but unless you're a pro fighter, you're not really going to get that much attention. Whereas someone like Cookies, I'm literally getting coached one-to-one all the time. It's great. So that's one of the pieces of advice that you gave me that I really stuck to, and it's been great.
Just try those smaller gyms, I would say. Try them and then, again, make a good impression, you know, be friendly to the trainers. I remember when I came here first time, he was like, always be polite, always, because again, sometimes like in Poland or in Scotland, there's a bit of, especially I think in Poland, some of the gyms, you know, the guys want to like challenge you a little bit, or they just want to like show how good they are. Where in here is not, like, you know, Thai coaches are, you know, open and happy, and sometimes they'll like make fun of you just for a crack, you know, but yeah, it's all like friendly atmosphere. They will, you know.
It's incredible, man. I love it because it's literally, there's no ego with them. They're they're always laughing. They're always like turning up, they'll finish training, go and have a fag, smoke a couple of cigarettes. Like, it's just an incredible culture. Also, when you come out here and you experience it, it's so different. So you came out here 3 months, met all these people. That was great. Obviously got that connection at Titan Fitness. How long were you back in Scotland for?
So in Scotland, I was back for a year and a half, 2 years. And within this time, me and my very good friend, Rustam Gusainov, the really good fighter, world title contender, he fought in Infusion and many different big shows. We decided to do something together and just to open our own little club. And we've opened Torque Team. First we had like maybe 5-6 members and stuff, but then we just kept growing and growing. And again, that was something I really enjoyed because that was what I wanted to do. And we were doing, like, he was coaching kickboxing, I was helping him a little bit, and then I was doing strength and conditioning classes. And Nidri in Edinburgh, like I said, we started really small, but then by the end we had like 25, 30 people joining the classes, and we had few fighters, like young guys that would compete in different cities and mostly in UK. We went to Jersey Island for a big Muay Thai show, Birmingham, London. We had a couple of sponsors, so we could go for those weekends because again, there's not much money in UK. You know, if you own the gym, you have to just pay for everything. The shows are, if it's a small show, you still have to pay for fighters, for your travel, for the hotel. But we were lucky that we had a couple of guys that were supporting us. And their businesses, we were promoting their businesses, and we had a little bit of money from them. And that was a really cool thing, you know. I really, even now when I look back, I live here in Thailand, but it was nice to have like something that was like mine, you know, and then have guys coming over and good atmosphere. Until now, again, I'm in touch with most of the guys from the gym. They messaged me. Some of them came over to visit me. They came for training. Some of them fought in Rawai boxing stadium, you know, so... that was a good time also. And yeah, like all this like coaching, I think, and like training, again, like took me away from like a normal life, or normal jobs, you know, so I wasn't working anymore. And the pizza shop, or did my security license, but again, I didn't like it. I was just more focused on coaching, training people, and it just, felt good, you know?
Yeah. Did you ever do any security work?
Just like couple of months here and there, but again, that wasn't for me. Then I got the job when I met Scott and CJ in Glasgow's hotel, so that was, again, like, I look back before. So yeah, it's just, you know, if you live in different country, you just have to do, I think, what you need to do, and then you just try to get better, try to have a better position. And I think coaching for me was good because, you know, I met like good people and it helped me to to grow as a person, you know.
It sounds like it, man. I mean, and you look at where you came over to Scotland. I mean, with essentially nothing. Obviously, you had siblings here, but you came over, you studied, you worked your way up. You also went to Thailand, came back, and then you opened a gym.
Yeah.
And you guys were running a gym. So it sounds like it was an important part of your life with Talk Team, you guys doing that. And you're still close with some of the people from there now?
Yeah, of course, yeah. So like I said, Camille, he came over here and did the fight. And Rawai boxing. A few other boys came over for training. Robert, and a couple of other guys. So yeah, it's good. Also, that's how I got into like organizing sport camps, because when I had Torque, we went to Poland for a training camp. So I'm a very good friend with Lukas from Shootboxer in Poznań. He's got a nice gym, kickboxing, and Muay Thai, strength conditioning. And we went from Scotland. I took 11 people for a little training camp, and that was great. We went there for 10 days to see Poland, train in Poland, and, you know, the guys could see how Poland, you know, like what's happening in there, what's the level in terms of Muay Thai or kickboxing and martial arts. And it was great. We trained like 2 or 3 times a day, party a little bit, and, you know, everyone had a great time. And I knew that the camps like this are also like really good, you know.
Yeah, so that shaped a lot of what you've obviously done now, which is really cool.
Again,
man.
when I look back, you know, now that's we said, you know, it's like
lots of clues as to what you're now doing. Obviously, the experience you gained, that's so class. Obviously, you spent that time over a year back in Scotland. What made you decide, you're running a gym, what made you decide, you know what, I'm going to go to Thailand?
Again, I just felt I want to do something different, you know. And like Scotland was really good in terms of like I had Torg and I was busy with my clients and everything else. And Carla had a job as a music teacher. But I was like, I want to do something different. I want to just give it a go. And that's why, you know, I came to Thailand. I just fell in love with the culture, the everything, you know. And then when I went back to Scotland after my first trip, I was like, shit, I would love to go to Thailand and work in there and do personal training. Like I've met some of the guys. And then, it just happened, you know. So, yeah.
Amazing. So obviously it's a big decision to make with not just for you, but you and Carla.
Yeah.
So you both decided to come over here. Was the plan to come over here and stay a long period of time, or what was the plan?
No, we thought that we're gonna come for maybe 6 months, maybe a year, and see if we like it or not. Like if she's gonna be happy in here, because that was important too. But then after a few months, I think we just knew that, you know, we're gonna stay a little bit longer. But then we just came here before COVID, so that was another like kind of tough time for us and like for everyone, that we just started getting used to the system in here, like work, make money, and then COVID hit. Everything got shut, all the gyms and, you know, all the places. A lot of people left, a lot of foreigners left because they couldn't make money. And here, and I remember we were thinking, should we go back to Scotland or should we just stay and push it? And then I go into online coaching a little bit because the gyms were closed, and I was creating this home workouts training programs, you know, for my clients back home. They were messaging me, and I remember I was just recording some videos and sending like cheap programs basically for them, nothing else. And then basically that's what it was.
Brilliant. And where did you come straight to the Y when you guys came over? Where did you live?
No, we were on the Soy, on the Fighter Street. Like many people, I think, when they come here first time, you know, they end up in there because if you do martial arts, if you do any sports, this is the place to go. Like in Phuket, you feel like kid in Disneyland. You know,
yeah, literally.
So we were in there, and we were staying in Chalong, but then we discovered Rawai, and when we, you know, saw all the, you know, cool places in here, we're like, and then we moved to Rawai after a year maybe, or a year and a half. From Chalong.
Obviously came down here, started coaching, which is obviously what you've done, personal training for so long. What's that been like, personal training in Thailand?
It's great, man, because like to be a trainer, I think, you know, it's good because you're impacting in other people, you're helping in other people, so then, you know, you feel good about it. And in here, a lot of people are coming, you know, they're happy. They are coming in here just to train, just to have a good time. And so, I think Thailand especially is like, there's something in like Phuket where a lot of people come for training. So it's great, you know.
You must have met some pretty cool people. I mean, even not just for training, but being in, I mean, you mentioned like Rafael Fiziev, people like that, obviously training at Top Team. what kind of people have you been exposed to when you've been out here, which has been pretty cool?
Yeah, a lot of fighters from UFC, from KSW. Until now, I'm like friends with some of the boys from Poland. They fought 4 titles in KSW, and we keep in touch. We started organizing the training camps, you know. So again, I've trained a lot of people in here, back in Scotland too. But in here, we've organized the 15. We'll go into that later. But yeah, a lot of cool people, a lot of business owners, a lot of people with like a little bit different point of view about life, maybe, you know, like a lot of people, they've done something for themselves, and so that's again a cool place to be, I think, because you meet those people, and then you can push with your life. You know, they say that if you surround yourself with this like five people, and I think it's true.
Definitely.
You know,
definitely.
So.
Yeah, I mean, it's so interesting, mate, how I've spoke to, obviously, CJ, before I came out here. I was like, oh, Sham will take care of you, great guy, whatever, amazing. And then when I went back the first time, Mark Ewan, a friend of mine, later I spoke to Mark, he's like, oh, you know, Sham, he spoke to me about you, and he's, oh, he's such a great guy, whatever, all these things. And then one day I was at a spa, this was about 2 months ago, and I bumped into the boys from like Tiger Muay Thai, strength and conditioning coaches, both of them. We're speaking to them, like Jay and Mike, and I was speaking to them, and we obviously were just talking about gyms. I was like, oh, no, this guy Sham. He's, oh, Sham, amazing guy. So it's so interesting how I've met multiple people that have experienced, either whether obviously Mark met you through in Edinburgh, but multiple guys throughout here, and everybody has the same thing to say about you in terms of what a good guy you are. So it's incredible how over this, however many, like 6 years you've been here, you've just been yourself. You've had such a good impression on people, and you've just came over here and done your thing, man, which is
good to hear.
amazing.
Yeah, good to hear. Yeah.
Really good.
Nice.
And it was so cool for me to hear that. I remember Mark told me a story about, I don't know, where did you meet Mark? Was that Headhunters that you'd met him?
Headhunters, yeah. He was at the time, I think he was like 15 or something, 15, 16.
Yeah.
And everyone knew that he's going to be a big fighter, you know, he had talent. And there was another guy, Hayden, and they came over to Hayden Murray, I think. Yeah, and they came over to my house. I was just working on their diet plan and like strength conditioning plan. I just wanted to help them as well, just to, again, that was new for them. I mean, like me, they knew what I'm doing at the time. And then we were just training together a little bit. I remember we used to do this Super Sundays sessions in Headhunters in Falkirk, where there would be a lot of like different guys from different gyms training, preparing for the fights and stuff, you know. So it was cool. It's cool to, you know, see these guys now, see Mark, you know, fighting
PFL,
and winning and doing so good.
It's cool. He told me a story. He said, I can't remember what gym he was. I think he was in between gyms at the time, and he said he had a boxing fight, and he turned up and he didn't have a corner. And I was like, who were you with? Were you with someone else?
With Rustam.
From Torque. Was this okay? And he was like, obviously you bumped into him, and he was like, oh, what are you doing? He was like, oh, I'm fighting. You said, where's your corner? He didn't have one, and you guys cornered him for that fight.
It was good. He won the fight again. It was really good.
Yeah.
Again, it's just the start of his career, I think, you know, and it's important for a young fighter to have a little bit of support, like good team behind you. It's very important.
Definitely, man.
You know?
I mean, just from those stories, you've impacted a lot of people, and what you guys have been here 6 years now. I know one of the things you've done, which is so interesting, mate. CG mentioned it to me before. At Christmas time, you guys will gift like young kids around Thailand. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so we do it again. Again, it's just maybe like a little tribute to my mom. She was a school teacher, a nursery teacher, and I just thought, I just see how many kids in here, they have nothing, you know. Again, there's a lot of money, like I said, a lot of nice villas, a lot of, all of this, but also there's a lot of poor people. And we just decided we're gonna do something for them. So we've started helping in COVID. So actually that was my online thing. I would do online programs, and half of the money would go to some of the charities. That's how like everything started. And then my very good friend Peter got involved, who's got a big YouTube channel in Poland. And then we've started raising money during COVID for like a good few weeks. And we would just go from place to place to these like slums and poor places around here. And we would bring a lot of food for clothes, pillows. Like we would go to different, what's it called? Like orphanage, the Sunshine Orphanage, and there was another one. So we went there, like full cars of like toys and stuff like that for kids, and we could do it. It was amazing, and so we made almost like 1 million baht in total, you know, over the time. Like we're delivering like hot meals to people. There was a lot of like queues because people didn't have money in here. The government was helping helping Thais a little bit, but again, still the main thing is tourism in here. And then everything got shut down, and nobody knew where that's gonna go. And I just kept doing it, like every Christmas, like around Christmas time, we just go and like give away like 200-300 like parcels for kids, you know, like gifts for kids.
It's amazing, mate. It's
So
because you think of like, it's not as if you're from here either. You just come over and you think, do you know what you see? Because it's interesting, man, how Phuket is. It does have a lot of poverty.
yeah,
Obviously, we live in nice places, whatever. We see all these places train these nice gyms, but there is a lot of
yeah,
poverty, and you decided, obviously,
a lot of like contrast, as you
yeah,
know,
big
yeah.
contrast. But they're very happy people,
Exactly.
which is amazing.
The cool thing, it's again, I said that on the last podcast I did, and here if you give something to the kids, they are happy. They are really like happy and thankful, you know. And again, it's just makes you feel good, you know. As a guy, me, you know. Again, my mom passed away, and then it's like I can't do much for her, but you know that's, you know, I can do something. I'm sure she's like happy about it, you
So
know.
yeah, so powerful, mate. Because this is the thing. It's like people. It's horrible things that can happen to us in life. Obviously, like losing a parent, and it's very easy to slip into a victim's mentality
Yeah,
of the fact that you've lost somebody and whatever. However, you've just totally turned that around and thought, right, okay, what would she want me to do? And look at you're
exactly.
giving
Yeah,
back to others,
yeah,
which is so powerful, man. And think of the amount of lives you've impacted. Because I've seen the videos. I remember seeing them. Literally, there's queues of
cute,
kids, and
yeah,
they're so happy. You're giving them gifts.
yeah.
What made you think of that? What made you choose to do that?
Again, it's just I don't even know. I just well, there was a everything started from this like little family that were living in our condo in Chalong, and we knew that the parents lost their job, and they were still like helping in the condominium, like cleaning and stuff, and they had these like little kids, and once I just bought something for them, and they were so happy. They were like, oh, you know, looking at me, and I just thought, shit, you know, if they are so happy, let's do something more. And that's why I came up with this idea of giving half of the. So I knew that maybe I'm gonna get a little bit busier as a, you know, online coach at the time because all the gyms were closed. But then I can give something back to the people around here. And then when Peter got involved, everything just, you know,
course.
went even more, you know.
It's amazing. It's such a great thing to do. How
So
did you guys meet? Did you guys meet out here? Yeah.
yeah, we've met here. I've messaged him when I was coming over, and like I knew that I've saw him somewhere on social media because he was starting with his YouTube channel, and then I just messaged him, and then his brother was leaving, his twin brother, but he was leaving, and we basically took over the place where they were staying, the little apartments, because he had to go back to England at the time. They were both living in England, and then yeah, me and Carla, we just came over, and then we decided we're gonna organize the training camps and all of this. So again, that moved to something else, you know.
For sure. It's amazing, man. Obviously, you've spent, what, 6 years out here. We're going to go into, obviously, the many things you've done, one of which has been training camps. So you've got the Nakmoy camps. To somebody that maybe doesn't know what they are, they haven't experienced them or seen them, how would you explain that? What are Nakmoy camps?
So yeah, me and the boys, me and twin brothers, we decided that we want to, just after COVID, we want to bring people to Thailand and organize the full training camp for them with accommodation, with all the meals, boat trips, T-shirts, things like this. So it was like a whole package. And we did first one in Rawai boxing. We didn't know if it's going to be successful or not, if people will come. But I think in the back of our heads was like, it's a good idea. It's a really good thing to do, and we should do it. And we've started promoting it. And yeah, the first one we had like maybe 15 or 16 people. And then we did the second one in Bang Tao. So Bang Tao just got open. The boys decided to leave Tiger and open Bang Tao gym because we knew them. Peter and Pavel knew the coaches, and we were all friends. We decided we want to do it in Bang Tao, and then yeah, everything just went from there. And yeah, the biggest one we did, we had like 44 people now in January, February, March, and next year we're doing another 3 camps. So January is almost full now. February we still have some spaces left, and March as well. We've got a lot of space left for March, but yeah, that was quite success, and you know, I'm proud of that too, because again, we didn't know how that's gonna work, and you know, there's a lot of things to organize, the hotels and the restaurants and boat trips. It's not just the training, but we offer more than this. You know, like I said, we offer the boat trip to Phi Island, to Coral Island, Big Buddha Run, beach training. So if someone wants to do 3-4 sessions a day, they can do it. In Bang Tao, they have a full access to all the classes, and then we organize our own. Yeah, you came to one of our
course,
sessions.
it was a hard session, man.
Yeah, some of the Polish boys are. They can be tough. So like we've learned as well. When they spar or whatever, we just tell them no fucking fighting. We just tell them just be careful, don't break someone's nose. But some of them are intense, So I mean, I usually stay on the side of the ring and just tell them. Then look, if they want and they want to challenge themselves a little bit, if they have an agreement between them, then it's cool,
Yeah.
But we make sure that everyone is here to have a good time. You don't want to come back, to Poland or whatever with a fucking broken nose or dislocated knee or something,
Yeah.
There's many different levels as well. We've got fighters, like I said, we had guys, champions from KSW. Coming to our camps, and we've got like proper beginners. They never trained Muay Thai. They just decided they want to come here. They never had even gloves on, and now they train Muay Thai, which is amazing. We've like young guys. They were like 15, 16 because the first camp we did 3 years ago, and now they are fighting pro kickboxing, Muay Thai. So we've got some of the guys. They are like 20, 21 right now, and they're pro fighters.
Yeah,
So
it's class, man. I mean, it's such a great idea. Like these short, intense fight camps, especially to expose yourself to somewhere like Thailand.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you invited me up for that session, and I think it must have been January or something. And that was one of the hardest sessions I've had. Like, not even just saying that because you're here in Thailand. I remember at the end of it, like after like a little bit of sparring, whatever, and in the end of the fitness work at the end, I was like, Jesus, man, like it was tough.
Yeah.
So it's an amazing thing that you've done. What was it that made you want to do that? It was just based off your own experience.
So because I was working in Titan Fitness and I knew a lot of people are coming for like training camps like this. I did the training camp like this in Top Team. I just thought that if we organize everything from the scratch, so it's not just a training. You're not just coming and you're paying the gym and you just stay somewhere else. You just stay in the same hotel. You eat together. You party together. You go to PP together. It's a great thing for people and. Yeah, because Peter is big on social media. It's one of the biggest YouTube channels right now, like travel channels, and they're both fighters, Peter and Pavel. So I think like we've just we've joined our, like strengths, forces, and it's a success,
Yeah, huge success, and it's great to see. Obviously, we've actually seen the pattern throughout this, the things that you learned at whatever age, the experiences that you had, how that shaped what you've done now. Obviously, sport at an early age, wanted to get you into obviously some form of sport. You've done that through martial arts, you coached in that, and then your coaching, your experience at Top Team has then developed you guys with an entrepreneurial spirit, building this business, which is... It's so cool.
Again, everything comes like together. Even now, when I look back, when you say this, everything like step by step comes to something. If you're a decent person, I think, and if you've got a little bit of like vision in your head, and you surround yourself with good people, you can do things like this. And we want to now just go even like further because of his YouTube channel, we're mostly advertising it in Polish language, but we now I spoke with some of the gyms in Edinburgh if they want to come. Like on top of Nagmoy camps, actually, we had two gyms. They just brought their fighters to train with us. So we gave them a little discount. And then, we just had like one gym. Also, we had the Polish boxing Olympic team girls. They were training in Rawai boxing for like, it was a little bit shorter, like 10 days, I think, 10 or 11. But it was great to see like their level. One of the girls, she won the silver medal in the Olympics.
Wow.
So I think it's silver, is it? Yeah,
That's
silver.
incredible.
Yeah, so we had a lot of different people, like I said, a lot of beginners, top fighters, and so on.
Yeah, that's so good. I mean, you mentioned there how obviously the circle of friends, the people you surround yourself with, they impact you so much in terms of the direction you go with in life. We go back to obviously those almost hooliganism days that you almost got drawn into. That would have been due to the people you're surrounding yourselves with.
Yeah, exactly.
But who are some of the people that now, since you've been in Thailand, that you've surrounded yourself with that have really impacted you and helped you?
Like my friends, Carla, she's always with me and stuff, and my good friends, I've got the twin brothers, I've got a couple of other Polish mates, few really good clients, and we became friends. So I think, like I said, if you treat them right, if you cool to them, you'll always get something back, And if they are decent people, then there's only like way forward.
Yeah.
You know, the worst thing is like just if you meet someone, you help someone here, because I had this before, and then everything turns like back on you, if that makes sense, you know, or you just realize that person is not really good. Is actually that person could like, it's
Just not somebody you want to trust as such.
exactly,
Again,
talks bad about you or whenever jealous and this and that, you know. So
important experience, all of that, man. Which
Yeah.
which obviously would have taught you a lot from there. So you guys obviously run the camps, very successful. How many people do you get at one camp, or what's the most you've had?
So the most we had 40, 44. Now it's like about 30, 35, because like more than 40 is difficult to organize the boats to PP and stuff. It's just too big group. But like 30, 35, 25, that's what we try to do. And sometimes we've got some guys, if they live in Phuket, they come and join to our sessions as well. But and some people they keep coming back. Now we've got few guys, actually they've already signed up for January and February. They've been on our camps before, so that's also it's a good sign for us that they still want to come.
Totally.
And again, Bang Tao is a great gym. I think when they come like with us, more people knows about them and stuff, because we always like wear the same t-shirts and we spend time together. So it's like, oh, it's not my camp. We've got the, you know, it's them, you know. So again, then, you know, you meet the coaches, you meet the Thai trainers. So again, they maybe it's a little bit different than if you would come on your own. You know?
Yeah, it's great. As I said, obviously I experienced only one of the sessions, but it was probably one of the best ways for me to go to Bang Tao. I've been to Bang Tao a few times, done a few classes, but I loved it. I absolutely loved it. There also you get to train in the private area out the back as well, which is great. What do you think of Bang Tao as a gym?
Yeah, it's amazing, man. It's amazing, like very busy. So yeah, you just have to be ready that it's gonna be busy in classes, but you can train alongside UFC fighters. You've got KSW guys, PFL. Mark was there as well for a bit. I remember Mark Ewan. So yeah, it's amazing. You've got different sessions. You know, again for our camp, if you're a fighter, you can come along with your girlfriend, and she can do a little bit of yoga. She can do strength conditioning, fitness classes. So there's a lot of things in there. It's not just Muay Thai. Like a lot of gyms are here only Muay Thai or only CrossFit or gyms, but you know, and Bang Tao you've got everything. You've got everything, and the level of coaching is great. The atmosphere is great. You know, the equipment, like how they maintain the whole gym is also really good. So yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, obviously, like Nico, like I spoke about before, he trains there. He's got some big Muay Thai, but the coaches as well, in terms of Muay Thai, huge. It's cool. There's seminars. You've seen like Bisman, John Jones, Silva, Anderson Silva, all these people. It's really cool.
Exactly.
And I mean, we go back to that again. The reason that you guys, obviously you and your friends, both the twins, the reason that you guys could host these at a place like that is because of your connections, like Woody, for example. I'm sure that would have played a big role in it. The fact that you met these guys before.
That's the biggest reason actually we did it in Bang Tao, because at the time they were not even that big. They were just starting. You know, we could go to Tiger, or we could go to, but it's just because we were friends. So they knew other coaches, Alex and Hickman brothers and Woody, and yeah, it was just like, let's do it in there. Now the only problem is we live in Rawai and we need to drive all the way to Bang Tao, because it's on the other side of the island, but it's okay, you know.
Yeah, no, it's quite a trek for sure, but yeah, an incredible place. So you done how many at Rawai?
Nak Muay camp, so we've done 2 in Rawai. Yeah, 2 in Rawai. We had this boxing team in Rawai, and then the rest of them we did in Bang Tao.
Yeah, amazing. So you've got
17, 18 so far.
And do you guys do 3 a year? Do you do 3 to start the year?
3, 4. We try to do like around summertime, but they're quiet. I think many people don't really want to come in low season. I love low season here, you know, and then we spoke about it when we were in the gym, that, you know, it's a little bit cheaper, it's not as busy, and you've got a little bit of rain, but then you've got nice sunny weather too, you know.
For sure.
But a lot of people want to come to Thailand from Europe, because most of our clients are actually from Europe. When it's cold in Europe, when it's like January, February, people want to come to Thailand.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's so good these past few months. Yeah, it's rained a little bit, but it's incredible how it's nowhere near as busy, whereas January is crazy.
When CJ was here with his family, I felt sorry for them, because I think like one day they had sunny weather, and then it was just pissing it down, floodings and everything. Yeah. But, you know, they were just, you know, unlucky.
Yeah, both sides of Thailand. Yeah. So right now, obviously you're still like personal training. You've done that for years.
Yeah.
You're really well with that. Obviously you've got the Nakamoi camps that you guys do during high season. You also have Bison as well. Tell us a wee bit again, if nobody's ever heard of that, what is that, if you could describe it?
Bison Ice Baths, yeah, it's a new project. Me and a couple of other boys, we decided to bring ice baths to Phuket. There's a lot of gyms, as you know. There's a lot of people. They have nice villas in here, a lot of nice condominiums, apartments, and ice baths. Like I've been doing ice baths for like a good few years now, and I know how good they are. And we found these products, and we were like, oh, why not to do the ice baths in Phuket? And we just decided to set up the company, and we sell them in Phuket. Really good quality, like nice wood, stainless steel, the chillers. So, you know, if you purchase, you don't have to order ice. Basically, you just have the chillers that can get the water down to 3 degrees, 3 to 45, so it can be a hot bath. And yeah, it's the first year now we're doing it, so it's still quite slow. It's like, I think with every business, but I see the light in the tunnel. Now we're about to order another container. We're gonna have 3 different products, and now we're in the market, so more and more people knows about us. Again, it's different from coaching, because my whole life I've been doing coaching, personal training. So, and here you're actually selling the physical products. There's a lot of marketing. Like I told you, I'm still like learning, but I'm glad actually I'm doing it also, because as a trainer, like we talked about it, you know, I have the wrist is sore, the shoulder is sore, the knee or whatever, you know. And I love to be to coach people when I'm on the gym floor. But if I'm not coaching, I'm not making money, you know. I would have to do online coaching, like what you do, or do something different. And I feel, you know, that the ice baths, I love the cams as well, because I know that we're gonna keep going with them. But the ice baths could be, again, a big, you know, impact for me for the future, you know.
Yeah.
So I want to learn more about how everything works and try to push with this.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. You look at it, you're very entrepreneurial. Like when you think of all the things you've done, again, ice baths relates to what you've done, your expertise in strength and conditioning. You used ice baths yourself. You realised how it helped with performance. All these things just have come full circle, and you've obviously came in.
And again, it's through the friend I know. He's my client, very good guy, Andre, and you know he is, and you know he does all the logistics, and he's got all the connections as well in terms of that. And then Woody's involved, so we've got, you know, Bang Tao and stuff. So yeah, I think we just need a little bit more time, and we're gonna do well with this as well, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Again, just reinforces that powerful lesson of the people that you surround yourself, how that impacts you. Might not at that very moment in time, that week or that month, but you think of what's happened over the years of just the right people you've met.
Exactly.
I'm starting to see it as well now. The people I've, like, for example, meeting you, all the opportunities that came up from that, the people I've bumped into, they know you, I know you, and it strengthens relationships. So it's obviously one of the most impactful lessons for you probably so far has been that. What else would you say stood out to you in terms of lessons since you moved to Thailand? This whole experience that you've just explained to us, what stands out to you in terms of things that you've learned, lessons as such?
Like I said to you, you have to be a like decent, good person to other people, you know. That's the most important thing. You know, if you're cool with your friends, if you're like loyal, and if you know, you don't talk bad about them, if you open to them, they'll do the same thing for you if you find a good people. And then you just have to push through, you know, and just keep your eyes open, look for different ways, and get out of your comfort zone. You know, that's a big one. That's one of the reasons as well, even to move to Thailand, is like you've got your life sorted in Scotland, you're doing well, but then maybe you want something different. That's, you know, you need to, you know, get out of this comfort zone. So is this. I don't know what else. What else is it? It's again big.
Powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the comfort zone thing's huge. See if somebody was listening, they're like, oh, I'd love to just go away, live by myself, see what it's like living at the other side of the world. What would you say to them? Would you encourage that? What would you say?
Of course. You know, I say to some of my friends, they live in Edinburgh, or they was like, just give it a go if you can. You know, come over here for 6 months, 3 months, whatever, and then just see if you like it. Because again, this life is not for everyone. People maybe want a little bit more stability, and they are more comfortable in Europe. But I would say just go for it. Just do something different. Open your eyes to different things. You know, meet new people. and see how your life is gonna go. You can always come back, and then I know again, even from Poland when I moved from, I could always come back to Poland. So that was kind of good thing also, but I don't know if I would go back now. And I've got the Polish flag here.
Yeah.
I've got the name Shamrock.
Yeah.
I've been in Scotland, but for now Thailand it's the place for me, I think, to be. But we'll see what's gonna happen in the future. You always have friends, family back home, so you can always come back. And from here, let's see where the life's gonna go.
For sure. That's so cool. Where did the name Shamrock, so obviously Shamrock, is that how you pronounce it? Yeah.
So Przemek, my name is. But when I was coaching, so again, when I was in uni, we had to do this like volunteering coaching. And because I was involved in football, I was coaching in Curry Star Football Club in Edinburgh. Kids that were like under 10s and under 8s. And then they've started calling me Shamrock, like Shamrock. And I was like, then when I was like creating my like personal training business, I was like, oh, Shamrock is quite catchy, and Shamrock coaching, and that's how it is, So,
yeah, because like CJ and like Audrey called you like, by your name, but but then they said Shamrock. I'm like, what was this guy?
Yeah.
What's
Polish names are difficult, and I see it in Scotland. A lot of people. We've got like some like simple names, like David, for example, Paul and stuff. But my full name is like proper Polish, Przemek Wesolowski. So it's difficult for people to say.
That's for sure.
And for Thais, they are like Shamrock.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's
easier, I think. And I'm cool with that.
Yeah, even my name, the coach at Cookies doesn't call me Connor, calls me Popcorn. So that's what he calls me. But
there you go. Yeah,
it's good that they shorten the name. That's literally, it brings up as well. Obviously, Audrey, CJ, also my best friend, his mum, she speaks so highly of you all the time. Like when I came over, she was like, because she was worried about me coming out here a wee bit, because she's been great with me as well, and she was saying me like, Sham will take care of you, don't worry, just go whatever. And then it's amazing, man, when you see.
And now
that.
you've got now you can help somebody else. That's how it works. Now if you're gonna have people messaging you, oh, Connor, how do you do it? How do you live here? And because again, lifestyle in here is good. You can make it work. You just have to be consistent. You have to be patient, and whatever you do, you can make it work. It's difficult in here with like normal jobs. Like you can't really go and just do like any of the jobs. Those jobs are for Thais. But if you've got your online business or like if we do the cams and we've got the connections with Bangtao, or you set up your own company, again, it costs more money, but then you can do it. So there are always ways. You just have to keep going,
Yep, for sure. What does the future look like for you over the next 6 to 12 months? Because I know you've got a big event in the next few months. You got
So the March we're getting married, me and Carla. So that's a big one for us as well. I'm a little bit stressed about this.
Yeah, of course.
A lot of people is coming, but it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be great. So that's what's happening in March. We've got this few camps before, and let's see. Then just keep going, keep growing. That's what it is.
Yeah, you've got multiple things. Obviously, you've got the ice baths, you've got your own obviously personal training business, you've got the camps, which is amazing. What you've got with Carla, obviously, you guys are getting married. You get married out here, which is so cool. Obviously, as you would, because you guys are living here, but you've decided not to go back home for that, which I think is brilliant. How big of an impact she played in you? In terms of obviously being over here, she's committed to coming out here with you. What's that been like?
She's helping me a lot, like almost every day or whenever. Like she's helping me a lot with everything, trust in what I do and stuff. Because again, it's not easy. Again, you're moving away from your family. Like she left her parents in there. Raymond and Rona, like lovely people. So again, it's difficult. It was difficult for her. And even time to time, like we always talk how Thailand is amazing, how beautiful life is in here. But you also, it's not like I'm complaining, but you always like miss your close people and stuff, So I know that it's difficult for her sometimes. But the lifestyle we've got in here it's good, So yeah, she's great, She's confident and she's doing what she loves to do. She's singing in a few different places around here because she's a singer and a music teacher. She's now teaching from home piano and singing. Before she was working in school, but now she is. So again, like she's moving to do what she likes to do a little bit more and then not working for a company, which is a cool thing. Again, it's challenging, but it's good. And we're training together sometimes. We just came back from Kuala Lumpur. We went there for a few days. It was great. a little break, and now just planning the whole wedding and stuff, and yeah.
So it's amazing, mate. It's so interesting, right? When I look at the guys that I've interviewed, like particularly, obviously, you're very much in that bracket, like fighters, guys that own businesses. It's like obviously like Mark Ewan, Nico, Reese, like so many guys. And you look at the strength of these guys; they all have like a very supportive relationship at the back end. It's like the backbone, and it's. I found it really interesting. Like all these guys that are high performers, they're doing really well, whatever. They've got that support system. They've got.
I couldn't do it on my own. I'm telling you, like you've got some days where you just feel like you don't want to do anything, but then you have to have someone next to you just to push you, even to grow this ice buff business, even to grow Knock My Comps, to get more clients. As a trainer, she's always supporting me, which is great. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I can't be fucked. I don't know if I'm doing right thing. You always have this like thoughts in your head, even if like we're living in here. You're always thinking, oh, maybe we should go back to Scotland. Maybe I should, just be there or do something different. Maybe I'm not doing the right thing. But if you've got someone next to you telling you, no, we're doing the right thing, we're on the right path, we love each other, blah blah blah. It's it's just you feel stronger.
For sure.
And if you feel stronger, you're even stronger person than you are, then that's how it works, I think.
Yeah, I think that's huge, man. It's huge. Another big thing for young guys, having somebody who supports you by your side. It's
because, like I said, like on internet, what I don't like what's happening right now. It's like all the bullshit. The more crazy you are, the more views you are. The stuff what's happening in there, and like no morals, no. It's just they are promoting stuff wrong way. A lot of coaches out there, they say. And they're not doing what they say, or they're pretending to be somebody they are not, and I just always try to be, like real and stuff, I'm not.
That authenticity, I mean, obviously me and you spoke about this, it's a huge thing, especially when coaching social media, people will blow up and just doing fucking ludicrous shit, really. It's just the world we live in. And where do you think though, because you are very value driven, you're very you stick to your word. Is it from Polish heritage, whatever? Because I've always noticed that about you.
I think from my mom. Again, I think it's from my mom, but also like the friends I met along the way, my sister and stuff. And for me, it's very important. I wouldn't, create a asshole from myself or do something crazy just for like extra views or extra little bit of money. So I just feel, I think, that's what I prefer to do than, I met the one guy who was telling me, oh, you should like work on this like online coaching, do some like look at the TikTok videos and you should do the same. You've got a lot of following. I was like, no man, it's not me. I don't want to do it. I know some people do it. It's okay. Let them do it. But it's not what I want to do,
Yeah.
I need to find another way how to like live my life if that makes sense,
Yeah. Authenticity.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man. I think that showed. I mean, the whole place where we came from today, like starting off as a young guy in Poland, almost getting involved with the wrong crowds. Yeah. Obviously, the death of your mum, coming over here as a young guy, having to learn more English, having to get jobs, working at gyms, going down the strength and conditioning route. Obviously, you studied at university, studying another language, then meeting the people you've met, coming to Thailand, going back home, opening a gym and coming here. It's like everything's come full circle, and a lot of it is embedded in that authenticity piece. Like you are, I've said it multiple times, I gave the example of Audrey, how Audrey speaks about you, and she does not speak about people like that unless it's the truth.
I love Audrey, she's cool. I know. She's amazing.
Like Mark, the way he speaks about you, the boys that I met out here speak about you, everybody has such like high praise about you, mate, and I have the same, and it's been pretty incredible. Obviously, hearing your full story, I think anybody who hasn't already met you before and listens to this, they will see that shine through. It's
I appreciate it. Again, I just try to do what I need to do, and then everything will fall into right place. I believe, and not stress too much. Try to just enjoy the little things. That's sometimes difficult. Again, talking about social media, everything looks perfect on social media, but you just have to remember, just try to enjoy the little things. Even today, this morning, actually, when I was in the gym before the podcast, and I was in my head, I was like, fuck, I was like, not sure if I'm, the podcast, it's this and that. I was like, no, I'll do it. And I've done the one with Chris, with Rice, and I saw the guy on the wheelchair in the gym, and it's like, sometimes we complain about our own life, that's not right. And he was still like on the wheelchair with a Thai, his Thai girlfriend, because I see him sometimes. I was like, I'm just gonna go and shake his hand. I said, well done, man. Well done that, you've got this determination, you've got this motivation, that you're in the gym, lifting weights, you know, and smiling, happy. He was like, "Oh, thank you, bro," blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and then when you compare, you know, our own life, we always look for maybe something better. We always, I think we all do it. You just have to focus on these little things, you know.
Sure.
You know, that you've got friends around you, you've got your family, you're healthy. We're living in Thailand. You know, we can do what we do. Like I said, you know, my whole almost childhood, my mom had a cancer, so she was in and out of the hospital. I remember this, and now, you know, I feel like I'm healthy. So why should I complain about something? But still, you've got these thoughts in your head. You've got this like a black, dark thoughts in your head, and then you want to do more. You're not sure if you're doing the right thing, but you just have to focus and
Yeah.
look at those little things and appreciate the
Incredible.
little things.
Again, so many things you could take the victim's mentality with, but you've chose to look at gratitude for what you do have. And that's what I think is a great lesson to anybody listening, to me and for you, is like, we just appreciate what we have rather than looking at the things in the future. Obviously, social media encourages us to do that. Comparison is the thief of joy.
I think that's why a lot of people are so like fucked up in their heads, because they, you know, if that's impacting guys like us, you know, so imagine, you know, younger kids when they look at their own like friends or whatever, what's happening, and not even friends, like social media guys, and it's all perfect in there, but life is not like this, unfortunately, you know.
Yeah, correct.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the reality of life, mate, is that, yeah, there are going to be struggles, but obviously, like you've said, you've pushed through them better than most people.
Same as you know, like, look, you're living in Thailand, you know, you can now impact. I see what you do on your, you know, online stuff, and that's great. You're helping others, you know, younger guys, they are looking at you and they can, you know, you're going to help somebody too, you know, that's the thing. And it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling, you know, if you can impact somebody even just a little bit and help somebody, it's a good feeling, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it, mate. You do good, you don't expect it back. If it doesn't come back, it's like, okay, cool, that's your price. But
you make mistakes, you know, like everyone, and not everyone is perfect and stuff, but you just have to keep going and get back up and keep going.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, your story's a great example of that, mate. So yeah, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you sharing all that. I think,
no problem.
yeah, so many people are going to listen to that and think, holy shit, like, yeah, that'll be the rock up the arse they need to, like, there'll be so much learnings from that. So I really do appreciate that, mate. I appreciate you being so authentic and sharing everything. So yeah, thank you for coming on the podcast, mate.
Thank you so much, Colin.
Nice one.
Okay.
My man. Hey. Yes, good shit.